what do you see in terms of the possibility of a move down to 20,000? I guess it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility, considering the volatility we've seen with this asset.
Oh, absolutely. I think, look, over time we have seen that Bitcoin is capable of significant drawdowns as well as significant upside. And, you know, that's what a lot of people love it for, particularly this volatility. But, I think we're starting to see a flaw, which is not really what we have seen in previous cycles. In previous cycles, what we saw was when you see the run up, it goes parabolic. And when it comes down even more sharply. This time around, it feels like it's a little bit more controlled on the way down. Now we'll see whether that remains the case in the coming weeks.
Eddie, is it right to look at some of the technical supports, that we've seen with other asset classes with Bitcoin, or is Bitcoin just in a class of its own?
I think, to be honest with you, I think technicals is absolutely the right way to look at Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, don't forget, it trades almost exclusively on animal spirits. And that is what technicals try to measure. It tries to measure, when we see, when there is momentum in a stock, when people are getting excited about it. And this is what you try and measure. And so over time, I think I've seen some of the best predictors of cryptocurrencies have been the technical analysts. Certainly the fundamentals are a lot harder to call.
That's the technical side, Eddie. What about on the correlation side? Your colleague on the MLive blog, Mark Cranfield, put out an interesting post overnight about the correlation between Bitcoin and the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index, essentially saying you have to see the dollar recover in order for Bitcoin to gain any kind of traction here. If we get the weaker dollar story that everybody's calling for, what does that mean for Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think Bitcoin has become much more of a risk-on play of late. I think that's a good thing for Bitcoin, right? Because as you see more institutional money flowing into it, it will start to correlate with other assets, which it never had been in the past. So, look, I think if we see, tech stocks selling off, I think that would be really damaging for Bitcoin. I think at this point, Bitcoin is trading a little bit like a tech stocks, but one with, significantly higher volatility.
What do you see in the other cryptos? A lot of people get down on Bitcoin because of transaction time and costs and its lack of abilities that, for example, Ether has. Are other coins rallying while Bitcoin falls, or does the, I guess it's not a rising sea raises all ships, but a falling tide brings everyone down?
Right. Right. If you pull the plug out of the bathtub, everything sinks down, right? I get it. I agree with you. And look, absolutely that is the case. What we're seeing right now is the wider space is falling alongside Bitcoin. Ethereum's slightly outperforming year to date, but I think you need Bitcoin to do well, to bang the drum for the cryptocurrency space and bring new investors into the space. And if you don't see that, we saw that in 2017 and we saw it in previous cycles. You do see the other cryptocurrencies come back down if Bitcoin comes down.